take care of him.
She did. Yeah, he a rooster, he.
Yeah.
Leg.
She said it is.
Yeah, she said you should have one in the morning.
Yeah,
What?
you got 4 baby chicks
What?
in the back.
No, I can't say.
I'm gonna
Oh, my goodness. Right out. What?
YouTube, what's happening? We are back. Jackson Unlimited. This is Doc Holiday, aka Jax. As you see, we got chickens. All right. We end up getting us a hen and a couple of biddies or baby chicks, have you. Just showing you the enclosures here. Surprised my mom. She, we some country folks, man. We had chickens growing up. And having some here is something special. So anyway, we're going to jump right into it. Right here, we just got some grain, some starter feed for the baby chicks. And there's a variety of stuff for the hens that they can eat, especially if they're laying. You want to get them a lot of calcium. You see mealworms, seeds, veggies. They like to eat the little flour things as well. You can get all that at your local feed store. But in a nutshell, everything that they do or everything that they eat, you have to kind of keep an eye on it because they, if they free, especially if they free range. I don't free range mine. I just got too many predators around here, too many chicken hawks and stuff of that nature. But it's really easy taking care of them, man. Get you a nice size coop. And I'm about to show you right here. I got me a kennel. I got me a kennel to get started.
You got some?
You see my 4 baby chicks there. They're Barred Rock, Plymouth Barred Rock, but commonly known as Barred Rock. They're black, and you see the little white dot on their head, and the mom. No, not the mom, but the hen in the back is a ISA brown. Supposedly they're like hybrids. Cross between Rhode Island Reds and Comets. So anyway, when you get into the chicken world, you'll understand the different breeds. It's just like dogs. You got Yorkies and Rottweilers, German Shepherds, Cocker Spaniels, stuff like that. It's the same thing for chickens. Simple as that. And that's our first egg that she laid before we can get the enclosure kind of set up. And she laid an egg that next day, almost immediately. And here we have our coop that we're building. Me and my youngest. Really, really easy to put together. Pretty much all plastic. It's got 1 laying nest in there and like 2 little roosts in there. But they, the way I was going to have my enclosure set up, they weren't going to be, locked down in there all day, all night. I was going to make sure I put plenty roost up so that they can sleep in the roost at the nighttime. And you're pretty much about to show you here. But it's pretty simple. We got it from Tractor Supply. Real easy, real simple. I mean, not hard at all to put together. You just got to have some kind of basic knowledge of putting stuff together, So real simple, real easy. So you can see the little nesting box in there in the back. It's only 1, and all of them are lay in 1 box if you get multiple chickens. All right, and then you can lift it up and go from there. All right, here we go. So here's my kennel or my fence. I was at work, so the family would put it together. She put chicken wire on the inside. Had the boys put the chicken wire on the outside as well, double chicken wire. Because, if they stick their head through those fence, through the chain link fence like that, the holes are big enough for them to stick their head through. Chicken hawks will swoop down, or predators, or any kind of predator, just snatch them. They'll grab the head, either kill them, may not be able to pull them all the way through, but still, it's a bad time. So yeah, they're reinforcing the chicken wire. Just an old kennel that we used a long time ago for our pups. One of them being, one of them standing there right there. Well, actually, he was raising the house, but, pups before him were, raising that kennel. and now we're going to use it to put our chickens in. Not exactly sure on the size, might be a 10 by 10, I'm not sure, but big enough. I've seen chickens get housed in, coops way smaller than that. And of course, we're starting off with, 1 to 4, but we're going to keep them separated for right now because the hens will pick the hell out of the little bitties. So, all right, here we, putting it in, putting it close to the house, and we named her OG. She's the original gangster. She's the original chicken, our first one. This is her going into the coop, check it out for the first time. Seeing if she likes it, don't really matter. She's gonna have to live in there and deal with it. And she's gonna get in there and start laying us some eggs. And to this day, she's consistent with it. Every morning she gets up, picks her little stuff, run through, do her rounds, and then she go and drop us a nice brown, large egg. Pretty exciting moment, especially because my wife and the old lady and the kids haven't been around chickens like this other than when we used to go see my grandmother before she passed. She used to have chickens in there and let them hold them and stuff like that. And of course I'm accustomed to all that. I can go in there, pick them up and feed them and everything. But it's a good thing to be able to have them to see this, especially with the way everything is. Trying to start new businesses, start new ventures, and showing them it's a different way than just going out there and just working 9 to 5 and just working yourself to the bone and dying. You can always have you something else on the end that makes you happy and also can make you some money as well. That's one of the best things about it. We set the chicken coop in between both our dogs. A good way to keep away predators. Because, chickens have a ton of predators. Possums, snakes, raccoons, foxes. Have you heard the phrase fox in the hen house, all of that? So, and they'll come in, they'll eat these delicious eggs, or the chickens themselves. And here you can see the difference between, the brown eggs and white eggs. The leghorns drop white eggs, and most of the other chickens drop brown to light brown eggs. And her color varies from brown to light brown. And here we done picked up some more. We went and got some more ISA browns, and then we got some golden buffs. And we're checking up on our baby chickens here. They're getting bigger, and they got their own little enclosure. They're starting to scratch, as you can see, which is a good sign. That means they're already starting to look for food, doing that natural picking that they're supposed to do. So everything's going good with them. They're getting their water, they're getting their nutrients, getting their protein, and they're getting big, and pretty soon they'll be able to join the rest of the crew, which I'll, go into that a little bit more in the end of this video and another one. And that is a technique and a process, definitely. And you can see they're getting much, much bigger, from small to big, just that quick. So get into the details of these chickens. So the ones you just seen there, like I said, they're Plymouth Barred Rock. As you can see, they're all black now, but once they get to a full-size chicken or a full-size hen or rooster, have you, these are normally I deal with hens. I don't fool with roosters too much. Ordinances, and plus they're annoying. They look like this. Beautiful, beautiful coat. And here you have a ISA brown or Comet or, whatever have you. And as you can tell, they got a nice brown color, hence the name. And they got a slender little build to them. And they're really good chickens. I really love having these. They lay good eggs, big eggs. Like I said, they're hybrid chickens. They're crossbred between a couple of different chickens. They drop some really big eggs and really good, delicious eggs, I can tell you that. And then they're reliable. They can live pretty much anywhere. Same with the Barred Rock. There's a reason why I picked these chickens specifically to have them, especially in this Georgia heat. They can live out there in that type of environment. And you don't have to pretty much give them special attention, you know, like not like the Silkies and the other bougie chickens, you know, and they lay to 300 plus eggs a year, which is also outstanding. That means you can almost get an egg a day. All right. So now we get into the Golden Buffingtons. Some people say they're bougie. I haven't really had a bougie problem with them. The ones I have, they've been pretty much living like the ISA Browns. I've got two of them. We call them the Golden Girls, Betty White, and I forgot the other one. And then we have Rhode Island Red. Now, it's crazy they're called Rhode Island Reds, but the one that I have is a brown one, just like this one here, and got a beautiful greenish tint on her feathers. The youngest hen I got as far as actually laying hen. She drops the smallest eggs, and we call her Pretty Brown. And this is how big the fence is. You know, you can see we got the coop over to the right. We got their food out here on the brick and water. I kind of keep them elevated so that way they don't have to keep, you know, ducking down and trying to get to it. You know, and they like to stand up on top of the chicken coop once it starts to get dark. I had to move the chicken coop because they were up there pooping all over it. So, you know, their roost was right above it. So they kind of think that one threw all the way, but I went ahead and adjusted fire really quickly. But this just gives you a view of how big, you know, that fence really is in the inside, and how much room they have to move around, because chickens only need about 10 square feet. So if you got a 10 by 10 fence, that's about 10 chickens you can have up in there. You know, I've seen way worse. So, so in the end, we end up getting 6 chickens, 6 hens. And as you can see, they're starting to lay really good. You know, I think one of the chickens we call Shanae, and the other one we call, what's it we call that chicken? China chicken. So, and as you can see, 6 eggs right here. And the one in the middle, that's Pretty Browns, the smallest one. So they'll drop eggs in the same nest. Like they'll walk in there, one drop an egg, walk out, the other one comes in, drop an egg right next to it. And that'll be pretty much it. As long as they're not broody, which means they're trying to have babies and thinking their babies are in there getting ready to hatch, they won't just sit there and lay on the eggs. And if they do, you can just go in there and run them up out of there and get them eggs from under there, and get them back into the house. So with 6 chickens in 2 days, we got a dozen. You know, you do the math. If all of them are laying, and the only reason they won't lay is they're molting, they're sick, or you know they're getting pecked or bullied on. So we try to keep that down as well. As long as there's somebody in charge, we don't worry about it. All right, so here's the roost. You want to make sure you get your roost up there, and you can make it out of anything, sticks. Like I put a rail up there, and that's about it. Get your roost. Get them to. They like to sleep up there at night. Keep themselves up there away from predators, and that makes me feel better because now I don't have to free range them. You know. I hate doing the free range thing because that gives predators chances to take them and take them and kill them, and then they get out there and get in all kinds of mess and stuff like that. So, and I got some really friendly chickens towards me anyway. They fight each other, but for the most part, they're good chickens. They fight each other like hell, but you see, I can just pick them up and pet them and feed them and everything. So, but this is my new venture, and I don't know, no eggs, but this is my new venture, and I'm loving it so far. I'm gonna give you some more insight on those nesting boxes. Just make sure you got enough places for them to have babies and everything, or not have lay eggs and everything like that, and make sure they're getting fed and they got enough water, and feed them from there, and you're good to go. So all right, Dan, you guys have a good one, and you got any questions, drop me a link down below, or like, share, whatever you want to do. All right, just want to give you the information, and we'll see y'all next time. And like I said, got any questions, just ask. All right, peace.